Good day, class. I welcome you to a revision of your preparatory paper that was written this year, 2024, September, paper 1. And please note that this is a Free State paper. This paper is from Free State province. So I'm going to work it with you now, and I'm going to work it for you now for those who can be able to connect fast and quick. Just note that these preparatory papers are students and everyone. Note that these are a typical reflection of the papers that we are to write. So just for your own information, I'm going to work all these provincial papers, the preparatory papers. Look forward to them. You'll see them on the channel. I'm going to do various provinces just to ensure that we have got an extensive coverage of revision work towards the exams. So it is grade 12 Free State paper, and then let's just go through the paper here. The instructions, I always want to remind learners of them. There is section A. The paper has got two sections. We have got section A, which has got question 1 and question 2. Question 1 is climate and weather, which we sometimes say climatology. Question 2 is geomorphology. Section B is geographical skills and techniques, which is a part of map work. And then answer all the three questions. You answer all the three questions. All diagrams are included in the question paper. We don't have a separate addendum that is put aside, but per question there are diagrams that you would use. Leave a line between subsections of questions, answers. Leave a line between subsection. So if you answer question 1.1, when you go to 1.2, you have to leave space there. Start each question on the top of a page. This is very important. I always said question 1 up to the end. When you finish question 1, question 2, you don't start at the middle of the page, but you start on a fresh page. Take note of that and understand that it's a question, each question, not segment or part of a question. So question 1 of each question 1 as a whole, it follows each other to the end, and as well as when you end it, you start question 2 on a separate page, on a fresh top of the page. Number according to the numbering system that has been used in the question paper. Please, this is very important. You might write quick and nicely and have good answers, but if your answers are not properly numbered, you may lose marks and you can fail the exam. Answer in full sentences, except when you have to state name, identify, or list. So full sentences are required when you're answering these questions. Units of measurements must be indicated in your final answer, e.g. 20 times whatever, where there are measurements and where there are calculations. The units of calculations must always be given. Don't forget, class, the units. Wherever you can see a question that needs calculations, never make a mistake of giving the answer without the calculations, without the units. It is quite important. So take note of that. We have got question 1.1. Question 1.1, refer to the sketch below showing South African weather. It's a rainfall chart for tomorrow, 11 September 2023, issued 10 September 2023 at 3 o'clock South African time. A rainfall probability 30% isolated, 60% scattered, and 80% widespread. We have got our various cities as indicated there. Messina, Polokwane, Bloemfontein, Aliwal North, all the provinces, George, East London, they are shown. This is a South African weather station. South African weather station. Please note it's South African weather station, and we have got various provinces and cities that are actually located there. So the question is saying identify the front at 1. Identify the front at 1. I'm sure you remember that when we are at fronts, when we look at types of front, is where we have got uh, rectangles resting on the line. This shows a what? A chord front. It shows a chord front, so it is a chord front. Chord front is shown by number 1 there because you can see it's a what? Because we have got triangles. These symbols of a triangles, they represent what? Triangles resting on the line as a type of front. We know that this represents what? They represent a chord front. The next question is saying name the oceans at at 2 and 3 respectively. 2, I'm sure that you know on our map, on 2 there, you must always know that we have got what? We have got Indian Ocean. We have got Indian Ocean on 2, and then we also have Atlantic Ocean at what? At 3. Atlantic Ocean. So 2 and 3, 2 is Indian Ocean and 3 is Atlantic Ocean. That is very correct. I'm sure that you know, as you can see on our South African map. And then what do we call the sector of a mid-latitude cyclone at 4? What do we call the sector of a mid-latitude cyclone at 4? Let's check where is 4. The sector, what do we call the sector of a mid-latitude cyclone at 4? Let's check at 4. As you can see there, you can actually see that is what it is. It is what? It is a chord sector. It is a chord sector. This is a chord sector there. Chord sector. At 4, we can believe with me, as you can see the chord front that is stretching there. So what is happening there is that we have got that sector of the mid-latitude cyclone is called what? It's called a chord. It's called a chord sector. This is called a chord sector, class. It's a chord sector. As you can see, the presence of a chord front that is surrounding it there. And then 1.4, which South African city experienced widespread rainfall on the 11th of September 2023? Which South African city experienced rainfall on the 11th? Experienced rainfall on the 11th. We just have to check on our map. What happens is that you have to look on the percentages of rainfall, as you can check which experience rainfall. You can see that on by Cape Town there, we have got 80% rainfall. So it is what? It is Cape Town. Cape Town on the 11th September, we have got what? Cape Town, it did have Cape Town, it did have a lot of, it has got rainfall on the 11th of September. Cape Town, as you can see there, the 80% rainfall that is given. Number 5, will the Free State Province experience rainfall on the 11th of September 2023? Will it experience rainfall? Free State, we just have to look at Free State there. Free State, which is given here, you see it is surrounded by what? By that chord front there, by a chord sector, which is there. Our Free State Province is this one. Our Free State is given there. It is given there. So the question is saying, will Free State Province experience rainfall on the 11th of September? So if you can look on Free State, you just have to look on the whole part of it as it is to say that which are the areas which are in Free State. So what happens there is that we might not have rainfall there. We cannot have rainfall as it is shown because of what the map the map key shows that there won't be no rainfall on on the 11th of September. What was the rainfall probability forecast for East London? Rainfall, we can just have to look for it and then identify East London rainfall probability. Here is East London. East London is given there. Rainfall probability is given there as well. So the rainfall probability of East London is given as what? As 60%. It is 60, is given as 60%. Is given as 60%. If we can check on this, on our key, 60% is even written what? Scattered rainfall. Is written scattered rainfall. So we can just say 60%, which can also be what? Scattered. That is what is given on our map. That is what is given, or it is shown on the map here. So it is 60%. East London has got a 60% chance of rainfall. Our next question, it shows the sketches below shows valley winds. Match the statements in column A. Match the statements in column A with either pictures Y or Z in column B, with either Y or Z in column B. Write only Z, Y, or Z next to the question number in the answer book that is given there. So we have got our sketches that are shown here. The arrow represents airflow. We have got downslope winds or downslope winds, and then we have got what? Upslope winds. So now the question is saying match those winds with what? With either Y or Z. So A, katabatic winds. Katabatic winds, which ones are called katabatic winds? Is it Y or Z? Katabatic winds are winds that are what? That are flowing into the valley. Katabatic winds, they flow into the valley, they are downstream winds, which means that the answer is what? Is Z. It is Z. It is Z only. And then the next question is saying bring pollutants are taken out of the valley. Pollutants are taken out of the valley. Obviously, we are saying when pollutants are taken out of the valley, it means the wind must blow upstream. So it must be what? It must be Y. Number 1.2, it is what? It is Y, which is Y there. Bring cold temperatures to the valley. It means the wind must be blowing into the valley. The wind must be downstream, which can bring cold temperatures to the valley. Hence, it is what? It is Z. And then this leads to development of frosty pockets. Hence, again, it should be winds that are entering into the valley, leading to the formation of frosty pockets. It is Z again. Z winds that are flowing into the valley. They result in a formation of what? Of frosty pocket. Slope and the air above slopes and the air above are cold. Slopes and the air above are cold. We are saying this can also be what? Slopes and the air above is cold, which is also what is it? We can also have it on Z to say that we can have some systems whereby the cold air is what? The slopes, and then the air above are cold, forming in the instance of Z. Warm air on the valley floor will be forced to rise. Warm air on the valley floor will be forced to rise. When warm air on the valley floor is forced to rise, which is caused by what? By the air as it enters into the sea. So we are saying number 6, warm air on the valley floor will be forced to rise as cold air enters. So it is what? It is Z as well. it is Z. And then number 7, slopes and air above them are heated. It is Y, obviously, opposite to what we have just said above there. It is Y. And then pollution is trapped in the valley. Pollution is trapped in the valley because of downstream winds, which is also Z. So you can see it's all about the anabatic and katabatic winds. So what you need to understand is that these are wind and land and sea breezes that you must take note of, to say that as you can see, we have got a thermal belt that is forming there, which has formed there, and then you can see it is during the day, and then it is during the night. This is one thing that you should also not forget in terms of responding to these questions, and then you won't miss marks there. The extract below shows tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones may be heading for SA shores, with climate change researchers warned by Tony Kane. We have got all this passage there. What is a tropical cyclone? Define a tropical cyclone. What is a tropical cyclone? A tropical cyclone, they are intense low pressure systems. I'm sure that we can understand. It is intense low pressure systems. These are intense low pressure systems that originate over warm tropical oceans. Systems that originate over warm tropical oceans, that originate over warm tropical oceans. Tropical oceans, they originate over warm tropical oceans, and they have maximum sustained wind speeds that exceeds 119, and they have got maximum sustained wind speed. They have maximum sustained wind speed that exceeds 119 kilometers per hour. That exceeds 119 kilometers per hour, and also associated with with heavy rains, and are associated with heavy rain. They are associated with heavy rains. Those are tropical cyclones. According to the extract, what is responsible for the increase in tropical cyclones? The chances of increase in tropical cyclone, if you can read in this regard, we can hear that there is a massive problem to do with global warming and so forth. So the South Africa is facing heightened risk of sea storms as the Indian Ocean heats up to global climate change, from global climate change, and then severe potential catastrophic damage from tropical cyclones. So the question is saying the possibilities of having high chances of these tropical cyclones is because of what? It is because of global warming or climate change, as we can see there. Global warming or climate change. Global warming or climate change, they are the possibilities which can cause increases in tropical cyclones. Let's just go to the next question. What is the importance of Madagascar to the eastern coastline of South Africa? The importance of Madagascar to the eastern coastline of South Africa. What's the importance of that? One, uh, the question is, it actually, the importance of Madagascar to the importance, I mean, to the coast, to the eastern coastline of South Africa. One, Madagascar, it actually protects the eastern coastline from what? From being hit by what? It protects it protects the eastern coastline, the eastern coastline from being heated, from being heated by what? By tropical cyclone, from being heated by tropical cyclone. So as you can see, this is quite specific that when Madagascar actually prevents the east coastline from being heated by what? By tropical cyclone. Explain the conditions necessary for formation of tropical cyclones. This one is just a theoretical explanation or understanding that we must refer to say conditions necessary for the formation of tropical cyclones. Number 3.1.1.34. This question one, sea surface temperatures must be above 27 degrees Celsius. Sea surface temperatures must be above 27 degrees Celsius for evaporation to occur, to promote evaporation and latent heat of vaporization. And latent heat for vaporization, it must be there. And then we need to have also Coriolis force as number 2. The Coriolis force to cause spiraling what? Winds. It must be there. You must have Coriolis force to cause spiraling wind there. And then converging winds near the ocean surface must also be present as another point. Number 3, converging winds must be near the surface ocean. Must be near the surface near the surface ocean, forcing air to rise and form clouds. Forcing air to rise and form clouds. Discuss precautionary measures that can be taken to minimize the devastating effects of tropical cyclone. Measures that can be taken to minimize effects of tropical cyclones. I'm sure these are quite a lot. I just need to, I just see that I must just, of course, create a space that I should write them aside. Number 1.35. The measures that must be put in place to precautionary measures to minimize defect. 1.35. 1.3.5 precautionary measures to minimize effects of tropical cyclone. Effects of tropical cyclone. What are the measures that must be put in place? One, ensure that the infrastructure is of good quality. We can have to make sure that ensuring infrastructure to be of good quality. Number two, satellite sensors to collect details, e.g. rainfall rates, must be put in place. Satellite sensors must be put in place. Must be put in place in order to what? In order to collect. Satellite sensors must be put in place to collect details, to collect information, to collect information, e.g. rainfall predictions. We can also talk about monitoring the development of tropical cyclone. Monitoring the development of tropical cyclones. Monitoring the development of tropical cyclones can be done in order to reduce the effects, the damaging effects of them. We can also have got evacuate low-lying areas to protect people against floods. Evacuation of people from low-lying areas. Evacuation of people from low-lying areas is quite important in this respect. Also, we can also use advanced weather prediction and warnings. Make use of advanced weather. Make use of advanced advanced weather predictions and warnings. Predictions and warnings, which we can as well maybe say that ensuring that we provide early warning and communication systems for people. Provision of early warning systems and communication. and communication for people to be prepared. So what we are saying is that these are precautionary measures that can be put in place to minimize effects of tropical cyclone. Measures that can be put in place to minimize effects of tropical cyclones. There are quite a lot which are just preventative measures. There are proactive measures that are put in place, which we are saying that they are quite very relevant. Early warning systems and communications, evacuation of people from low-lying areas, and also erecting early warning systems. All those are quite good answers. Refer to the sketch below showing South African beige winds. South African beige winds. Also, class, refer this one from the notes on the channel. I have got a presentation on beige winds also on the channel. Just check on it again on the channel for more details and more information. So the question is saying, explain the concept of beige winds. Explain the concept of beige winds. 1.1.4. Beige winds is just the hot and dry wind that blows down the Great Escarpment. It is just hot, dry wind that blows down the Great Escarpment. That blows down the Great Escarpment. That blows down the Great Escarpment from the high central plateau to the coast. From high central plateau to the coast. So that is hot dry wind that blows down the Great Escarpment from high central plateau to the coast is called what? Beige winds. And then 1.4.2, what is the role of the pressure cell at 1 in the formation of beige winds? So what is the role of pressure cell 1, which is given the high pressure cell, and then we are seeing that there is low atmospheric pressure that is moving from the escarpment down to the low-lying places there. We have got high atmospheric pressure, cloud evaporation, and hot wind or blue skies there. So the question wants us to give the role of pressure cell 1. It is actually there actually to allow that air blows from the cell towards the coast to allow air to blow air to blow from the cell towards the coast. The coast, as you can see, it's high pressure. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure, so it enables the air to move from that cell towards the coast. That is the role of pressure cell 1 that is given there. It is actually allowing the drifting of air to move from it to low-lying areas, which is also to the low pressure cell. I'm sure that you understand the movement of air masses, high pressure to low pressure. And then give an account to the atmospheric conditions experienced at 2 on the sketch. At 2, we have got high atmospheric pressure, and then we have got clouds evaporates, hot weather, and blue skies. What is causing that? Number 1.43, 1.43. This we can give to say hot weather, account of conditions that are taking place at what? At 2. So we are saying the hot weather. Can you understand that the hot weather, what causes that? A result of air being heated up as it descends the plateau. I'm sure that you know as the air falls down, it heats up. So it is as a result of the air is as a result of heating up of the air as it descends. As it descends from the plateau, as it descends the plateau. I'm sure you know, remember the aerodynamics to say what happens with the air when it is on space. When it is falling down, it heats up. When it rises up, it cools down. Those air dynamics. So what I'm saying is that the air, it heats up as it descends from the plateau, and then the air, it warms up. The air, it moves downhill. It moves downhill and is compressed as it warms and is compressed. And is compressed as it warms, as it warms up. That's one thing that is happening there. And then we can also talk about the blue skies. What is causing the blue skies? Give an account of the weather conditions taking place at 2. Blue skies, it means that there are no clouds forming there. There is no formation of clouds as the air is descending, is dry air. No clouds are forming. There is no clouds forming there. No clouds are forming as the air descends. As the air descends class, there is no possibilities of clouds forming because the air is dry. The air is dry. So it cannot form any clouds. Therefore, we are saying it results in what? In clear skies. Resulting in what? In clear, resulting in clear skies and stable conditions due to subsiding air and stable conditions from the subsiding air. So one thing that we need to understand is that when the air subsides, it is quite dry air. It results in formation of clear blue skies, and therefore there are stable conditions that are forming there as a result of the as a result of the subsiding air. Question 1.43. Question 1.4.4. In a paragraph of not more than 8 lines, discuss impact of beach winds on the physical natural environment. What is the effect of beach winds on the physical or natural environment? Effects of beach winds on physical environment. Effect of beige winds on physical environment. What are the effects of beige winds on physical environment? One, they dry out the soil and remove the soil moisture. Dry out the soil and remove the soil moisture. Number two, effects of beige winds, the cause of the spread of wildfires. They cause possibilities of wildfires. They can cause possibilities of they can cause uh possibilities of wildfires, which we call that there are fires which can just start because of high temperatures, and then natural bush and grazing may be lost because of this. Natural bush and grazing forest may be lost because of the fires that we are referring to there. We can also have loss of natural habitats, no loss of natural habitats for wild animals, hence affecting the natural ecosystem. Therefore, will affect the natural ecosystem. So these are the effects of beige winds on physical environment. We can list quite a lot of them, and then we can add as many as possible. But for the amount of marks that we have there, it is enough. 1.5. The sketch below start the sketch below showing a pollution doom of a city. 1 and 2 is during the day and during the night. We are seeing that this is during the day and also during the night. During the night and during the day. So what is a pollution doom? Define a pollution doom. A pollution is a mass of polluted air in and above a city. It's a mass of polluted air in and above the city. In and above it's a mass of polluted air in and above the city is what we call pollution doom. That's what we call a pollution doom, a mass of polluted air in and above the city. I'm sure that sometimes you see some dooms of what you call pollution stuff, air that is just skyrocketing in the city. Question, mention one cause of a pollution doom of a city causes. Question 1.5.2. One, what are the causes? We can have problems to do with car exhaust fumes. Car exhaust fumes, we can have problems to do with smoke from industries. We can have problems to do with domestic fires. We can also have things to do with burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels. They all contribute to what? They all contribute to problems of what? Of pollution dooms. So matters here that contribute, we are talking about everywhere, which we can talk about where carbon gases are produced, cars, industries, domestic fires, burning of fossils. They are all various examples that we can give as what? As causes of pollution dooms in the city. 1.5.3, explain why the pollution doom is lower in sketch 2. Why is it lower in sketch 2 than in lower in what? In sketch 1? Like I said, sketch 2 is during the night, sketch 1 is during the day. So what is the cause that it is lower in sketch 2? One, it is because of question 5.3. One, it's because descending cooler air at night results in pollution doom. It is caused because of descending cooler air at night results in pollution dooms. Results in pollution dooms developing closer to the surface. Developing closer to the surface. And then there is also the effect of the invasion layer is closer to the earth. Invasion layer. Invasion layer is closer to the earth. Is closer to the earth, and pollution cannot escape the doom. Pollution cannot escape the doom. Cannot escape the doom. And then last but not least is that more stable conditions. There are more stable conditions at night. There are more stable conditions at night that can also cause the doom not to be too big or not to be too high. 1.5.4, what negative effects do pollution dooms have on humans? 1.5.4, effects of what? Negative effects of pollution dooms. Negative effects of pollution dooms on humans. Negative effects of pollution dooms are: one, it causes lung infections and asthmatic attacks. May cause lung infections, and asthmatic attacks. We can also have problems to do with reducing visibility and causing accident. Visibility and causing accidents. There can also be accidents because of pollution domes. I'm sure that for those who have been driving or who drive, or have once been driving, you know that when there is too much pollution, visibility is minimized. And then also it can also lead to poisoning. Lead to poisoning can result from petrol fumes. Uh, Lead poisoning can result from petrol fumes. So these are some of the negative effects of what? Of pollution dooms on humans. And then 1.5.5, question 1.5.5 suggests sustainable strategies that can be implemented to reduce pollution dooms over cities. Ways of reducing pollution dooms in cities. Ways of reducing pollution dooms in cities. What can be done to reduce pollution dooms in cities? What can be done to reduce pollution dooms in cities? Let's look into this. Greening of cities by planting trees in gardens can also reduce that. Greening of cities by planting trees in gardens. Planting trees in gardens can help. We can also talk about what? We can also talk about developing sustainable public transport, because we are saying traffic is too much. Developing sustainable um, developing sustainable public transport. Sustainable public transport. This will reduce the effect of air pollution. Invest in energy saving strategies such as solar panels. Investment in energy saving strategies, e.g. solar panels. E.g. solar panels, they can be used as what? Environmentally friendly measures that reduce effects of what? Of pollution. Also controlling the amount of pollution released by factories. Controlling amount of pollution are released from what? From factories or industries. Released from factories or industries can as well help in ways of as a measure of reducing the effects of what of pollution. Let's just go to the next question. The sketch below shows drainage patterns. Choose a pattern that suits the description, and then you write only the pattern next to the question number there. We have got these red types of drainage patterns that are given here. 2.1.1, the pattern is found in areas where rocks have a uniform resistance to erosion. Which one is found in an area where there is rocks of uniform resistance to erosion, which is D. D is found in areas of uniform resistance to erosion, D. And then this type is found in areas that have experienced glaciation. Glaciation is found where there has been what you can see, which is what, which is B. B can be found where there has been freezing icelands. So we are saying it is what? It is B. This type pattern is found in areas with a dome as an underlying structure. Obviously, what happens is that it must be saying that it is draining to all directions from a central point, which must be what? Which must be C. 1.3 it must be C. And then tributaries join the mainstream at acute angles that are less than very small. I mean, these are very small angles, which we are seeing from there. It is what tributaries joining the main river at what? At acute angles, 1.4.1 to 2.1.4, which is A, which is what tributaries. So let me see. Joining the main river at acute angles. At acute angles, it must be what? Main river, as you can see. So we are saying these are angles less than 45 degrees. So we are saying the join the mainstream at acute angles, which is what? Which is D. It is D. This pattern is found in areas that have folded mountains. Folded mountains are found where we have got this form of what? Of which is A. A can find or can suit where, or it's a part of drainage pattern where we have got fold mountains. A. And then short tributaries join the mainstream at right angles. I'm sure that we can see that the short tributaries are joining the mainstream at right angles. We can see there is a right angle here. We can see there is a right angle there. We can see there is a right angle. So what is happening is that the tributaries join the mainstream at right angles. It is what? It is in the pattern A. And then small streams that have no specific pattern. Small streams that have no specific pattern, we can see there is no specific pattern at B. Small streams have no specific pattern at B, and gently sloping with alternating layers of hard and soft rock. Which one is gently sloping with alternating layers of hard and soft rock? You can see where the main streams are parallel to each other, and that is found in what? In A. A can give us that drainage pattern. We are given again is complete the tables of the sketch below on river capture. River capture also, please refer to the previous lessons or lectures posted here. I did river capture, and I even went on to explain other relevant questions that might be asked in regard to this on this question. So please kindly refer. For those who are following, I don't know who are those, but for those who are following the channel, this question was 100% given on the channel already. If ever you might have connected before, it was well answered and even expanded in more it was synthesized quite deep for you to guys to understand what is happening there. Let's go to the question. Uh, the area dividing two rivers at A. What is this area dividing two rivers at A? I can see that you know that it's a what? It's a watershed. Watershed. And then the river that is flowing slower at B, the river that is flowing slower at B, it is what? It is the captured stream. B is a captured stream. Captured stream. And then the point of capture where the change of flow direction occurs at C, it is what? An elbow of capture. Elbow of capture is where we have got change of direction. Elbow of capture. And then the area where water once flowed in is now dry as a result of river capture at D. I'm sure that you know that the space that is found there is what? Is the wind gap. It is called the wind gap. The river has lost its headwaters as a result of captured sea, which is called the captured stream, which lost its headwaters. It's called what? A misfit. It's called a misfit or a pirate stream. Misfit or a pirate stream. And then the energetic stream that cuts back and intercepts the other river at F, we call that the captor. We call that what? The captor stream. Sorry, just to correct something here. We call that a captor stream. It's the captor stream, né? Misfit. It's called the misfit. It is the energetic stream that cuts back and intercepts the other river at F. That's what we call the captor stream. Captor or pirate stream. Captor or pirate stream. Number 7, a fluvial process of erosion that lengthens at G. You know, Musa, that when we look at G, the process whereby it adjusts towards the source, this adjustment that is taking place at G here is called headward erosion. It's called headward erosion is taking place there. It's headward erosion, G, number 7. It's called headward erosion. It's called headward erosion. That is quite correct. Let's just go to the next question. So if you look into these diagrams, you can really see that this chapter, the way you see I was running with it is because it's just being asked once I have done it before. I have done it before already. 2.31. is showing fluvial landforms that are shown here. We are shown some fluvial landforms where these are quite good examples of for us to understand the systems of what are the river systems. So there are deltas, there are braided streams there that are shown. So the question is saying identify the fluvial landforms at A and B. At A, this is a braided stream. As we can see, there are quite a lot of streams that are there. We are seeing various streams here, streams there, they are divided and coming back to each other. We have got these are A is a braided stream. A is a braided stream. And then B, you can see that this is a delta. A delta is being formed as the river is emptying all its waters towards the sea. It's a delta. Delta formation, B is delta. And then where in the river we find the fluvial landform at B. Deltas, where do we find them? Like I said, it is found at the what? It is found at the river mouth. It is found at the river mouth. When the river is entering into the sea, where the river is entering, that's where we found the delta formation. And then question 2.3.3, explain how the fluvial landform A is formed. A braided streams form where the sediment load is deposited, are formed as a result of deposition. They are formed as a result of deposition and forming islands. Islands or bars between the channels, or sandbars between the streams. And then this happens again when the river's carrying capacity is exceeded. The river's carrying capacity is exceeded, the river deposition will take place anyway. Occurring when the river's carrying capacity is exceeded. Carrying capacity, the river's carrying capacity is exceeded. Therefore, deposition will start, resulting in deposition. And then next question, write a paragraph of not more than 8 lines and discuss the significance, importance of fluvial landform B. Importance of what? Importance of deltas. Importance of deltas. What are the importance of delta? Importance of delta. One, They have fertile soils that can support agricultural farming, agricultural activities like farming to the importance of this. They are important industrial hubs. They are important industrial. They are important industrial hubs. Number 3, we can also say that deltas are a source of water. They are a source. They are a source of water. Deltas are a source of water class. And then they also sustain various ecosystems. They help to sustain various ecosystems. They help to sustain various ecosystems. Deltas can also ensure biodiversity. They sustain and maintain biodiversity, that is the variety of natural organisms. Number 6, we can also say that they can also provide a source of food for fish, provides a good source of proteins for aquatic life. Aquatic creatures. Number 7, deltas can also they can also promote tourism. They can promote tourism and hence employment creation. And hence employment creation. These are quite a lot of points that we can put with regard to the significance or significant importance of deltas. We are given the next part which shows the river profile. Also, please, class, refer to our note on the channel. Also, refer to the previous post on Metric Hub. This was also well done. So as you can see, please understand, I'm telling you that from our experience, or from my experience as a facilitator, as a lecturer, as a intellect and so forth, I'm quite sure that the work that I'm giving you is not just for you to waste your data and time, but it is quite of significance towards your exam preparation. This question was also well answered there on Metric Hub, where it was extensively covered for the purposes of you guys to get used to. So refer to the longitudinal profile of a graded and ungraded river channel. it is posted there, graded and ungraded river channel, geography metric, work on it and see there. Define the term, define the concept of the long profile of a river. It is just a side view of the river from source to mouth. Is the side view. Is the side view of a river channel from the source to the mouth. Is what we call the long profile of a river channel. From the source to the mouth is what we call the side view of, it's called the longitudinal profile. A contrast between profile A and B, like I said, it's called a graded and ungraded river channel. That's what you are actually asked to answer here. 2.4.2. So we are saying A is a smooth concave. A, as you can see, A is a smooth concave profile. Let me just answer it here. A, I can put it here. Our question 2.4.2. 2.4.2. So A, as you can see, it's smooth and concave. A is smooth and concave. As you can see, it is smooth and concave. A class, you can see that is smooth and concave. It does not have points from source. It does not have points from source to mouth. There's no points from source to mouth. So we call this river profile what? A graded profile. It's a graded. It's a graded river profile, which you can see that is what? Is steep in the upper course, is steep in upper course, and what? And gentle in the lower course. You can see that. And then B, the question wants us to contrast A and B. So B, this is question 2.4. B, which is this one. B, it is actually, the profile is not smooth, it's ungraded. It's not smooth. It's actually not smooth concave. And is ungraded. Hence, it also has what? It would have, there's a temporary base level. Yes, a temporary. It's a temporary base level, which is caused because of what? Because of these other features that are found along it. And then 2.4.3, 2.4. Explain how the area marked 1 in profile B is formed. It is just a nick point. Nick point, it is an area where there is an old profile meets the new profile. an area where the old profile of the river meets the new profile. That is what is happening. And then 2.4.4, rejuvenation is responsible for changing the shape of profile A to B. Name two factors that cause river rejuvenation. It is also well covered in the on the what? On the channel, please, class. Look also and check on the channel. It is also covered river rejuvenation, causes of river rejuvenation, landforms that are formed when river rejuvenates and so forth. So name two factors that cause river rejuvenation. It is caused because of what? One, drop in sea level, increase in rainfall, or increase in river discharge. It can cause river rejuvenation. It can also be caused because of what? River capture. It can be caused because of river capture. It can also be caused because of a decrease in, caused by decrease in stream load. Decrease in what? In stream. Decrease in stream load. And eventually we can also talk about isostatic upliftment. Isostatic upliftment. Which is just the movement of the earth, or the general upliftment of the what? Of the river bed, which would cause or increase the gradient of the river flow. So rejuvenation is just the increase in river, it's just the increase in river energy, which would cause excavating of the old profile of the river, whereby we have got features such as river terraces. We could have a river or a stream within a stream. All those are covered on the channel again. Discuss the importance of rejuvenated landscape to people. Importance of rejuvenation to people. Landforms are good for tourism attraction, which are formed. The landforms are good for tourism or tourist attraction. We can also talk about old floodplain suitable for crop farming. Old floodplain is rich, is fertile and suitable for crop farming. And then we can also have terraces can also be good for recreation. Can be used for recreational purposes. Last but not least, availability of water at Nick Point can be used for power generation and other agricultural purposes. So you see, so we are saying river rejuvenation class, I had covered it more detailed and more detailed on the chapter there. So please refer to it. So therefore, you can as well finish what must be finished there. Let's have the last question of our scenario. These ones I have read them also before. So for the interest of time and also not to make the videos too long, I'm not gonna read the question, the context and the attachments here. I just go straight to the question to save time. What is river system? What is a river system? A river system, what is it? It's what? It's a mainstream and its tributaries. A mainstream and its tributaries is what you call a river. Is what you call a river system. A mainstream and its tributaries is what you call a river system. That is question 2.15. Question 2.5.2. Why is it important to manage river systems to store water and protect it for future use? To store water, and protect it for future use. Store water and protect it for future use. It's a good reason for what? To store water and protect it for future use. According to the extract, how many people depend on the Vaal River for drinking? This is given in the essay there. I read it already. There is 19 million people. 19 million people is given there. Is given in the essay. This one, you can get it straight on there. 19 million people are there who are depending on the Vaal River. State the cause of pollution of Vaal River mentioned in this extract is untreated sewage. Untreated sewage are draining into the what? Untreated sewage is draining into the river. Untreated sewage is a main concern in this fact. Untreated sewage. And then how will water pollution have an impact on ecology on the river? Effects of water pollution, we can say one, we have got problems to do with aquatic life. Aquatic lives are threatened. Organisms that live in water, they can die. We can have also imbalance of the ecosystem. Imbalance of the ecosystem. We can also talk about reduced oxygen levels. Reduced oxygen levels. We can also talk about reduced biodiversity. Reduced biodiversity. As well as maybe increased nitrates that which increased nitrates which causes causing algae growth, and then number last it says suggest strategies that influence municipality can implement to ensure Vaal River is not polluted. the last question, what can be done to ensure that it's not avoid cutting down of trees? That can be done. Avoid cutting down of trees, which they call deforestation. Number two, we can talk about educate public and people on the effects of river and water pollution. Educating people on effects of river and water pollution. You know, people must know river and water pollution. If people understand this, you know, education is the best way of solving problems. Also, legislation to control what enactment of legislative policies that controls the discharge, policies that control that controls discharge or dumping of waste in rivers, that control dumping of waste and also we can talk about impose fines on people who litter in the rivers. Imposing strong deterrent fines on people littering in rivers. Last but not least, it can also to do with conservation of wetlands, proper management of wetlands. Conservation of wetlands is quite a good advantage, a good way in terms of, in this regard, which we can eventually say that proper management of wild forest, proper management of wild forest around and near rivers. So thank you very much, class, for your time. And I hope that this paper is going to help you to prepare yourself for your final exams. And just feel free to engage, comment, like the lessons, like the chapters, like the work, and then we can keep doing good. It is my pleasure helping you. All the best in your upcoming exams, and look forward to your next presentations that are coming. Good day.